Hello, welcome to Susie's Unique Designs. This is going to be the fall swag tutorial. So first of all, we have to prep our base, which our base is going to be either a paint stick that is 21 inches long, or you can still use the same method with a 17-inch long paint stick. So I am going to prep my base for the 21-inch swag, but there is options. You're going to need some 24-inch gauge wire, and this is going to be so that we can either use our base as to hang it up, or we can use this as a centerpiece. I'm just going to hook this right in here. There's a little notch right in there so your wire doesn't go everywhere. Okay. So I'm going to take a piece of wire that is the length of the paint stick. I'm going to use my wire cutters and maybe just go the length, maybe just a couple inches past. Okay. So you want to make sure you have your glue gun going. We're going to be using our glue gun for this. I just have my mini Gorilla glue gun. I'll put the information where I got everything in the description. So now we have this long piece of wire. We're going to fold it in half. It doesn't matter what color, if it's silver, gold, green, whatever color. So I'm just folding it in half. And now I'm going to, okay, so after we have cut our length of wire, it can be, this is 21 inches long plus maybe just a couple extra inches. And you're going to fold it almost in half, and you're going to leave just a few inches past. Okay, so we'll go like this. We're going to fold it in half like this. Okay. Then you're going to come down. Let's see. Let me look here. We'll go down about maybe like 2 inches, because you want to make sure that this part of your opening on your paint stick is big enough. It's not going to show, but so that it's big enough to hang on like a command hook, a door hanger that comes over the door. So we need to have it, we don't want it too small. Okay, so we're going to come down and we're going to start right here on this part of where it kind of indents. We're going to set it down here. So we'll put it like right about there. And then we're going to take one wire, our longer wire, I should say, and just wrap it around twice like this. Then you're going to wrap this other shorter wire around once, bring it back around, and then you're going to twist. You're just going to pull them tight and twist. Oops. Twist like this a couple times. And then this hanger part, you're just going to twist a couple times. And we can actually wrap this around one more time each way. And around, we want to make sure this doesn't go anywhere. Whoops. So I'm just wrapping it, and then you just want to twist them together like this. Just twist and twist. All I'm doing is just twisting it together. And then you can just cut it off. And you can just kind of tuck this under here a little bit. Just be careful not to poke yourself, but you don't want it, this is going to be the back of your swag, so you don't want it to, you want it to be flat so that it doesn't scratch your customer's door or your door. Okay, so that's all it is. I just made a little loop. And you can use a pipe cleaner if you wanted to like twist two pipe cleaners together, you could do that as well. Okay, so this is going to be where we're going to start. So now what we need is we need to get some Chenille stems. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go roughly in the middle, and we're going to put a pipe cleaner in the middle. And then we'll do another pipe cleaner in the middle. So we'll have two. We'll pull it to the side over here. Then we'll do another one. Just twist just a couple times, not too much. Okay. And then we're gonna, then we're gonna do, so we have one in the middle, approximately, I'm going in the middle like about this far. And then we're gonna have on the top up here, where this is at, we're gonna have two here as well. So we'll have, I'm pulling it so it's tight on like the left side. Put another one there. And then we'll pull it tight and twist it so that we're gonna have like two here, two here. Now we're gonna come up just a couple inches and we'll do two here. I like my swags nice and fluffy. Okay, so twist. And then twist two more, or one more on this side. Okay, and now we're going to do one in the middle, in the middle here, and the middle here. So we need 8 total. And this one we want to keep it in the middle. Okay, so this is how our little swag should look, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here so that our pipe cleaners don't go anywhere. And you don't need a lot. This should be warmed up by now. This is my little protective mat. It's so nice. Just a little bit of glue here, like that. A little bit here. Okay, I should use my mat. I always forget to put, I forget to put it underneath it. Silly me. Okay, just a little bit so it doesn't go anywhere. A little bit here. We'll just do a little bit more on the bottom so it doesn't slide down. You don't need a lot, but you just don't want them to be sliding anywhere. Okay, and that should be good. So we got that done now, and I'm going to set it off to the side while we cut our mesh. And I'm going to shut my glue gun on. So next we're going to cut our mesh. Three different mesh. So 2 of them are the 6-inch and 1 is 10.5 inch. So let's get started cutting our mesh. Okay, so when I first start, I like to just get a clean edge. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off. Okay, and then we're going to do 20-inch cuts. And we're going to do 8 cuts. So it's important to have a self-healing cutting mat and a sharp rotary cutter. Mesh is going to fray, but we're going to tuck our edges under so we'll protect our edges and we'll have less fray. There shouldn't be hardly any at all. And then we need 8 of the 6-inch. We're going to cut those the same. And I'm using my mesh holder from Susie's Wreaths and Things, which I found on Etsy. Okay, so I'm going to cut a clean edge here. We're going to cut these at 20 inches as well. And we need 8 of them. So now we have all of our mesh sitting here. And we're going to grab this, our little base. And sometimes it's easier for demonstration purposes. I was just trying to keep it in there, but just to have your mesh off to the side so it doesn't get stuck to each other. Because mesh likes to do that. It will stick to your clothes as well sometimes. Okay, so we have it like this. Flip it over. Add it to the next spot on our base. So I'm holding it tight like this and just push it down tight to the frame and just twist once like that, a good twist. Okay, now we're just gonna flip this over, turn it around, and we're gonna go all the way up on the other side, on the outside. Okay. Now we're going to turn our hand over and just put Put it tight to the frame like this. Just move the other one right out of the way there. Put it once like that. And it doesn't matter how it is right at the moment. We're just gonna let it like that for a moment. Okay. Now we go to the next one. Whoops. I did that kind of weird, didn't I? Hope that was right. I did that. Then you turn it around. That once. This one is going to go right in the middle here on this side. Okay. We have just a couple more here to do. Tight to the frame. Okay, so now we have these. Now we're going to add the two in the middle of with our brown. And if you wanted to, you could do 2 rolls of the 10.5 inch, 2 different colors to give it some more depth. I just happen to have this one and then the smaller 6-inch one on hand that I thought would be fun to try this out. Oops, let's get this over here. Okay. Okay, so for this one here in the middle, okay, so we have like this. I'm going to turn this, let's see, so we have these going the long way. So that's vertical, and then the middle ones we're going to turn the other way, which will be horizontal. I always get those confused. Just kind of gently adjust our mesh. Okay, and then we're going to do our last 10.5 inch. So you would just gently pull it apart if it sticks to each other. And turn it around here. Okay, and so we went this way with the middle one. And put it tight to the base. Once, twice, just like that. Let's kind of gently lift these and adjust them a little bit. Okay. So look how it's getting full already, just that little bit that we added. So now we're going to do the same with these little ones. Okay, so now that we have all of our 10.5 inch into our base, we're going to use the 6-inch ones. And for these, we're just going to ruffle them. So what I mean by that is, instead of going up like this, we're going to put it down, facing down, so the curl side is facing down. We'll put something heavy on it again. And we're going to start here on the bottom, right here on the bottom. And we're going to just pinch, and we're just going to walk our fingers right up the middle. We're just going to ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. We're just pinching it teeny tiny all the way up the middle. And then we have a little bow tie again. And then we're going to add it in to each one of our twist ties. Going the same way. Whoops. Going the opposite direction of what we did before. So once, like that. So these are going to go just like this, and we'll just spread them out a little bit like this. There you go. And we're going to add a ribbon in here yet, but isn't that cute? And it goes just like this. Isn't that cute? I will show you this again so that you guys can see. I need to put this out of the way for a moment so that I can make sure you guys can see it on camera. Okay, let me show you this again. So here's our 6-inch mesh, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our mesh is facing down. The curl side is facing down, so that means like this, okay? And so that it doesn't poof up while you're trying to ruffle, I just put something heavy on it again, okay? So I'm going to turn this a little bit like this, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these 2 fingers and I'm just going to pinch, and then you're just walking your fingers up. So I'm kind of pulling some material to my fingers like this. Just keeping these, I'm just walking my fingers all the way up the middle there. And I'm not really, see, I'm not really moving my thumbs much. I'm just bringing the mesh to me, and I'm just walking it all the way up the middle. Keep your thumbs like that. Just try to keep it teeny tiny like this. Okay, so you have like a stack like this. And I'm just holding it with these 2 fingers like this, and I have a little fluffy little bow tie, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to add it in the opposite way on each one of these. So there we go. Push it down tight. tight to the frame. There we go. There we go, that's better. Just tuck that under a little bit. I'll go here. We have 3 on each side and then in the middle. And we're just going the opposite direction of the last mesh that we put in there. I'm just putting this off to the side so you guys can see. And this is so pretty. It has foil in it. Just as shiny as like the foil. The black is the same way. So now we're gonna go here, pinch teeny tiny, walk our hands right up the middle. Just teeny tiny, walk them right up the middle. Walk it right up the middle all the way to the end. And then add it into our base. Push it down, tight to the other mesh, tight to your base, pull your chenille stem tight. You just have to do it once. There you go, because we want to leave some room so we can add our ribbon in there. There. Can you see that? It's so pretty. We'll keep going. And I'm just kind of flipping it over, and if you need to, just gently tug at it a little bit to adjust it. Okay, we just kind of adjust it gently, just a little bit like that. This is so cute. Okay, now we got these 3 on this side. Okay, so now we're going to just turn it around or go on the other side. Okay, we got all of these in. We just have to do our 2 middle ones. So these 2 middle ones, remember we went like this. And so we're gonna put our little tiny ones going sideways. Like that. And then we'll be cutting our ribbons next. I teach classes as well on how to do this, in-person classes, and I always have to write my business name on it so I don't lose my tools. Okay, the last one here. We're just pushing this down in here. There we go. Okay. Doesn't that look pretty? So next we're going to add in our attachments here. We're going to add our florals, which we just have these pretty ones, some leaves and some acorns. And then we'll add our ribbon at the end. I'm going to set these over here to the side a little bit here. And just going to move these all apart. These are so pretty. Then we're going to take our swag like this, and we're just going to lay these in here, and we're just going to put them in just like this in the middle, just like this. Twist once like that. Remember, we got to add our ribbon yet, so. And I'm going to move these all apart like this. They look pretty. And I'm going to add them on the opposite side. I'm going to add them into the middle one. I'm actually going to untwist this one here. Okay. We want to make sure they're facing up. There we go. Just go like this. I'm going to undo this one right here, and we're going to, just so we have a little bit more room, I'm going to put this here like this, push it down. Okay, and then I'm going to cut these two off. You want to have some good wire cutters. Now you want to leave about 1 inch past, so there we go. And we'll do the other side. Oops, there we go. Okay, like this. And then we have these pretty little acorns like this. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to lay them down in here like this. And I just opened it up and just twisted in there nice like that. You can pull these out just a little bit so you can see this a little bit more. Let's see, we actually would like to switch these around if you want. There we go. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just untwist this here. And then put it right, lay it right down in here. Twist it just once. We're going to cut this off as well. We don't need that in there. Okay, so we have this, like, there we go. So we have the white over here. You can have it however you want. It's just kind of your preference. And then we'll, let's see, we'll put, this one is on this side, so we're going to pull this over here gently. These are kind of wired. So you just gently pull it up. Isn't that cute? Okay. Then we have these flowers right here. And I'm just going to take and I think for this one here, I am going to cut these off like this. And there's 6 pieces. So I'm just going to take these 2 in the flower like this. And again, I'm going to just lay this in here. I'm going to undo this. Push down in there with the other 2. Just make sure these are out just a little bit. And twist. So we're going to add a ribbon in there yet, okay? So we'll just kind of move these, adjust these out just a little bit like this. There we go. That looks pretty. Okay, and so on this side we have 2 flowers and then this little grass here. So that's fine. We'll just untwist this and lay this down in here by the acorns and put it right in here. And then we're going to twist just once like that, okay? And then we'll just adjust our flowers out. And there we go. We'll just go like that. We'll just let it like that for now. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Can you see all of this so far? I'm sorry. There you go. Can you see there's that part and that part? Sometimes when you're doing a swag, it ends up getting longer and fuller. It's just awesome. So, okay. So now next we're going to do some ribbons. And I picked out this pretty ribbon. And then this one that has the pumpkin in it. And then this one that has the burgundy in it. So we'll be using these 3 ribbons. So I'm going to set my swag aside and then we're going to make a bow. So it comes in real handy to have this little hook on here because I can just hook it right. I have a wreath stand, which I will put my information in the description so you guys can see where I got my wreath stand. That's on my desk as well. I will just show you this real quick. It's very nice, but okay. So now we're going to make our bow. I'm going to use the Bodabra, and this is really an easy tool to use when you're first learning how to make a bow. This is what I started with. And we're going to use our 24 gauge wire. So you're going to take a piece of wire, let's just say about, let's take this and go, let's see, let's go about, you know, 30 inches. And then you're going to fold it in half. And you're going to put it right down in the middle. And then you're going to tuck it right underneath while we work on this. Okay? So I'm just tucking it underneath like this. Okay. I think we'll use the pumpkin one first. This is a very beautiful ribbon. This is 1.5 inch ribbon. Okay, so then I'm going to turn it like this. And I always like to start with a clean edge on all of my ribbons. Okay. let's see. I want to say, let's go with we want to have some tails coming down. So I think what we'll do is let's go about 20 inches, because then we'll be able to trail our ribbon down our swag. So we'll start there. And we're just gonna lay it in the middle, and we'll do the other side the same length. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna fold it in half like this and just make it easy, and just so they're the same length. These are gonna be our tails. And we're just going to put this right down in here like this. Okay? And then the next thing we're going to do here is we'll just make a shorter tail, and I think we'll go about 8 inches for that. So just about 8 inches. And we're going to put this in our Bodabra, and we're going to twist like this. So you'll have like a longer tail, and then we'll have a shorter tail. Shorter tails. Okay, so we twisted it, and now we're going to do about, I think we'll do about a 4-inch loop. So let's go over. It's nice to have this mat so you can see your numbers. And I'm just putting the center over on the 10. And then we'll go up to, let's go up to, let's do 5-inch tails. So we're going to pinch. Okay, and then we're going to twist and place it down. So we're going to have approximately 5-inch tails. Then you come back over, and you're going to do to the 5 over here. And I bring it over to the middle, and you just pinch right down in here. And you're going to do right here. And what you can, how you can kind of check this is you can put your, this comes with it, you just push it down like this. And you can see if these look the same. And see, they do not. So you know that this side is way longer. So just gently pull this in a little bit. And maybe just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So now we twisted this. Now we're going to do 3. We'll do 3 loops on each side. Okay. So we're just pinch teeny tiny like this. Measure it with the last loop. Pinch teeny tiny like this. And then we're going to twist and put it right down in the center there. And I'll just go the same way. We're going to do it right down there to the center, and we'll twist. Okay. just pinch teeny tiny again, just like this. Twist and put it into the center. Okay, just like this, and now we have 3 on each side, and we have about approximately an 8-inch tail, so we'll cut this off right here. Okay, and we'll set that aside. Next, we're going to do this pretty ribbon. Has the burgundy on it. I like to pin all of my ribbon. Okay, so this one here, we're going to do a tail again, about, let's see, we'll probably do about 20 inches again. And then fold it in half, and then pull it down so it's going to be 40 inches total. The length will be, if you want to just, my mat's not that long, so, and I just folded it in half. We're going to put it down here now. And then we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're only going to do 2 on each side. 2 loops on each side. So I'm just taking it, I'm kind of measuring it from the last one, so I'm kind of holding it up here. Just has to be approximate. So teeny tiny, and I'm going to twist and lay it down here. Push it down in there, and then I think we have enough here. Okay, then we go here, and this side we're going to just measure a little tiny bit smaller than the last one. Pinch, teeny tiny, and twist. So we just are doing just about a 1/2 inch less so we can see the underneath ribbon. It'll be so pretty. Okay. So just a little bit, teeny tiny pinch, twist, and push this right down in there like that. Okay. And then one more on each side, and twist. Okay, and then we're going to cut this off just like we did the last one, about approximately 8 inches. Okay. And then the last one is going to be the burgundy one, which I think will be very pretty as well. This is the burgundy ribbon, and this is a 7/8 inch ribbon. And we're going to do just 1 loop on each side for this one. Start with a clean edge. And with this, I'm going to cut it side at a slant. Okay, so this one here, I think we'll go, let's go to about, let's see, what is that? Let's go about 15. And we'll fold it in half, so we'll go about 30 inches on this ribbon here. And you just pinch then in the middle like this, teeny tiny, lay it down in here. And then for this one, we'll just do about the 8-inch tails. Again, I'm just kind of holding it up here. Teeny tiny pinch, twist. We'll do it just a little bit like that. There we go. We'll do one on each side, and we're gonna come in just a little bit more, about 1/2 inch less. And same on this side. I'm just kind of holding it using my hand. And then we're gonna twist and do one more, but it's gonna be the center loop. So the center loop will be just about 2 inches. Bring it back over again. Just like a little button, and that will cover up our wire. So push that down. Okay, like that. And this is going to be about the 8 inches here. Okay, set this aside. Okay, so now we have this like this. We'll push it down like this. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to leave this all like this, is we're going to take this off, and we're going to take our wire, which was underneath. So we have this right here, and we have the end right here. And we're going to pull this up like this, right through here. And we're going to lift it up. And we're going to take these and put it right through the center here. And we're going to hold on to this like this. Sorry, okay, pull this down. Pull it tight, and we're going to wrap it around. Pull this to the back. So then you have this right here. We'll move our bodabra out of the way. So when I pulled my wires up on each side, I had the loop on the one side because I had folded it in half. And I pulled it up, and then I took the other 2 pieces and put it in the loop, and I pulled it up. Okay, and I'm just pulling this tight. And it looks like this. Okay, and I'm holding on to my ribbon. I'm just pulling this tight. This is our center loop, so I'm just gonna go like this. Okay. So we're gonna just pull our tails and everything towards the front like this. And then we'll start in the back, and we're gonna I'm just holding this. And we take our loops and we just fluff them up a little bit in the back, pull our tail to the front, and we're just gonna adjust our bow. This goes here like this, and this goes over here. This is the middle. Our bow is gonna look a little crazy for the moment, but it's gonna be beautiful. Just pull all of our tails, and then we're just gonna take our loops from the back, just pull them over, and pull these loops like this. And this one goes here in the center. Okay, and so see, we can just kind of use our fingers, and we can pull them up, you know, to see if they're the same, which they look good. Okay. So my bows are not going to fall apart right now if I let go of it. Just kind of adjusting it. Okay. Oops, and our wires on the back. And what I'm going to do is pull this tight like this. Sorry about that. Okay. then I just split the wires apart and pull it tight. So I'm coming up through the front, turn around in the back again. And I'm just pushing this down, and I'm just going to twist. Just twist a couple times here. There we go. Okay. So I'm just kind of checking this out. I'm going to put it in my project, just lay it in there for a moment to see kind of how the tails will be trailing down. But we're going to be cutting our ribbons first and then add the bow. Okay, so now I had to see, so I have, these are 10 inches long, and there's 8 of them here, okay? So now I'm just gonna go right through here. It's really important to have a sharp pair of scissors when you're making a swag or a wreath, or just to be able to cut ribbon. You know, it's important to have some nice sharp scissors. Okay, and I'm just put these aside for a moment. So I just went on my mat, and then I just went and measured up to 10 inches. And then I just fold it right here. And then fold it down, and I just keep folding it over so that I have 8 pieces. So 3, 4. Okay, so we have 8 pieces of this. Set our ribbon aside. There we go. And we're just gonna cut this right here. Oops, I have this in my hand kind of snug. Can't get my scissors in there to cut. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to dovetail these now. Take about 3 of them, or 4. I'll take 4 of these pieces of ribbon. Just like this. I'm going to fold them in half like this. Okay, and I actually have too many, so let's do 3. Let's do 3 pieces of ribbon. Fold it in half. It also depends on how thick your ribbon is. Okay, then I'm going to fold it in half like this, kind of like a taco. Here, we're just going to match these up a little bit better, just like this. Fold it in half, and then I'm just putting my finger there, and I'm just folding it in half again. So this is kind of like a taco. And you fold it in half like this, and then you're going to cut at an angle like this. And this is going to give you a pretty dovetail. Okay. Put our little scraps to the side for a minute. So now you have a pretty dovetail. Okay, so we'll set those aside. We'll grab a couple more here. Let's match them up. Fold them in half. Well, that one was kind of weird. There we go. Fold it in half. And cut at an angle. Then you get your dovetail. I'm just folding this right in half. Then I'm pushing this in the middle, my fingers, and I'm holding it like a taco. And then you just fold it at, cut it at an angle like this, about 1/2 inch. There you go. And you don't have to fold it in half like that. If you want, you can just cut each end. I do that as well sometimes. Just want to make sure. There we go. Just want to make sure it looks nice and neat. So when you're making a swag or you're making a wreath or something, you're creating layers, and that's how you end up with this big, beautiful, I shouldn't say big, this isn't too bad, but you get a beautiful layered project. It looks just gorgeous. Is you end up, you're doing it in layers. So now, oops, now we're gonna just put these together. And what I'm gonna do is make like a little packet, like a little ribbon packet. So they're together, because we want to fold them in the center anyway. So it's nice just to take 2 ribbons and fold them in half like this. And you pick which one you want on the top. You know, I am doing this pattern one, but if you wanted, you could do the solid on top. It's whatever your preference is. Okay, so now we have our little packets here. We'll set them aside and we'll just start. Okay, so for me, I like to bring my ribbon down just a little bit like this. And then I like to, so what I did, I'm gonna say this again. So I had it in half like this, so unfold it. And then you have your center right here. So you just come down a little bit like this. And then you just pinch it right up in the middle like this. And then you fold it like an upside down V. So you're just folding it down like this. And then we're just gonna add it in to each of the spots. Twist once like that. Here, we're actually going to trim this off. I forgot to trim these little floral stems off. Okay. We didn't need that quite that long. Okay. So I'm just going to go around and we're going to go and add these to each one of them. Each one of the twist ties. So we had 8 twist ties, so we'll go and add this all the way around. And it doesn't matter how, I'm not going to undo this one because we're holding our florals in there. We're just going to go like that. This will be so pretty. Upside down V like this. And you don't want to cut your pipe cleaners off yet because we're going to add a bow and we might still need to use them. So I don't like to do it till the very end. Can you guys see this? Isn't that pretty? So currently, you know, we started off with our 21-inch paint stick, and we are currently at about, it's about 27 inches, 26 to 27 inches. So it's amazing how, you know, just that smaller base like that, how you can make something so pretty like this. This is looking so nice. Okay, so now next we're gonna add our bow. We got all of our ribbon tails in. So next we're gonna add our bow. Okay, so you guys can see all of this. We're gonna add our bow right here, which is like I'm coming down, not the one right in the middle, but just, not our middle ones, but just a few inches down. And we're going to just take our wire from the back here, and we're just gonna wrap it around our base. So the wire goes right through this mesh. We just fish it through our mesh here. It just takes just a moment. I'm just pushing it through the mesh. That's how you can feel it there. And then we'll do the other side here. Okay. And if you decided on your bow to use pipe cleaners or chenille stems instead, that's fine. It still goes through the mesh. Now I'm gonna find my other wire here. Let's see, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna pull our bow down just a little bit, not too tight. We're gonna flip it over, see, and now we're right back here. Pull it just a little bit tighter. We'll adjust it more in a little bit, but we'll pull it a little bit tighter, and then we're just gonna twist just a couple times so that it doesn't come off, okay? And then we're going to, you know, adjust our bow. See, here's our loop, so there we go. Thank goodness I didn't put it on upside down. Okay, so now we have all of our pretty tails. We need to dovetail our tails now on our bow. It's gonna be so pretty. We might add one more bow down here. We'll see how this goes here. Oh, here's our other tail. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're gonna dovetail our shorter ribbon. So that means, like, I'm gonna fold it in half just like we did the tails, and I'm gonna cut it downwards. Then you get a pretty dovetail. And for this ribbon here, I cut it at an angle, and so we'll just leave that there. This here, just have to go through these. Here's another tail right here. So I'm just folding it in half like this and cutting a little bit off. We'll adjust, we'll see how we want to adjust our tails at the end. You can cut your tails at all different lengths. Okay, we got all that done now. So we just have our longer tails right now. Okay, so now I'm going to put some loops in here. Okay, so I put this swag on my stand, and I'm doing this just for demonstration purposes so that you can see this better. Okay, so here's my shorter tails. We're just gonna let those be for now. And I have my longer tails, which are right here. Let's see here, we have 2 of each one of these in this burgundy. Okay, here, and I'm just gonna curl it right under using my fingers. I'm just gonna curl it like this. I'm just rolling it with my fingers. And I'm just gonna roll it up like this, and we'll just leave it for a minute. And then we'll do the same thing with this. We're just gonna roll it underneath itself. And you can also use, if you had like a glue stick or something, you could also use that. This is a little teeny one, but you could use a full-size glue stick, but you can still use this. So I'm just gonna roll it, roll it, roll it all the way up here, and we're just gonna let it like that for a moment till we take care of our other tails. Okay, can you see these here? I wanna make sure. See that you can see this coming down. Okay, here's our little tails coming down. We're gonna dovetail these. Like this. And the other one. I'm gonna make this one just a little bit shorter. There we go. And these are wired ribbons, so you can just adjust them how you want. Let's do this side. So this is going this way. So I'm just making like a little roller coaster coming down, and I'm gonna come up a little higher on this one. And these are just kind of a personal preference, so I'm gonna probably do 2 roller coasters on the other side here. And I'm just taking and twisting by the pipe cleaner here. Just twist, 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 twist. And just tuck it right back towards the inside. And then we can just adjust this down. See, just like that. And we'll just adjust that down. Now we have enough here. Let's see if we wanted to do one more down like this. Yeah, I think that would look nice. So we're going to do another roller coaster, and we're just going to pinch right here. And so let's see. So this pipe cleaner is down further. So what I'm going to do with this, oops, twist just tight like that. Okay. Then we're going to add it to the back of our mesh. And the pipe cleaner goes right through the mesh just like the wire does. And you could use wire if you wanted to. I just had this handy, so I thought, and I'm just pulling it through the mesh. I'm going to put it back on my wreath stand. That's for the desktop. Okay. So now you can see this again. We have our bow here. Isn't this pretty? Look at how pretty that is. Okay, so I'm working on our little roller coasters here. So this is here. This is this one that we put in the back. I'm gonna dovetail this. It's kind of hard to do because so that's why it's always good to give yourself a little extra ribbon, you know, because you never know, you might get some other creative idea. Okay, and then there we go. And here's this like that. Okay, so now we have this one here coming down. I think we're gonna trim this one just a little bit more. It's a little bit long for me. There we go. Whoops. There we go. That looks nice. I got this over here. Okay, so now these were rolled up like this. And I just like to let them come down like this. So, but you can use like a full, I don't have a full size glue stick here, but those work, or a dowel rod or something. So I'm just rolling this with my fingers and just roll it all the way up. Then take the little part on the inside and pull it down like this, and you got some little curls. Just like that. And then with these, because these are all wired ribbon, you always want to use wired ribbon, I just kind of curl them under like this just a little bit. And this is pretty. Look at how pretty this is. I think this turned out really nice. Now we want to use our fingers, fluff our bow. All I'm doing is just moving my fingers around in here. You want to fluff up your bow. You don't want a flat bow. You did all this hard work. You want to make sure that it looks really nice. Okay. There. What do you guys think? I think this turned out really nice. And I will take a picture on the door so you can see the full effect. Okay, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And if you wanted, you could add more florals if you wanted, or different types, but this is what I decided to do. I wanted to keep it fairly easy for you guys to learn. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you again for coming to Susie's Unique Design.